What's up, guys? How are you? I'm at the office, so this is not my usual setup. I'm not sure if my sound is good. If anyone is here, please let me know if my sound is just okay or not. I'm a little bit behind the news, so I just saw that Todd Click was arrested, charged with official misconduct, forgery, falsifying child abuse, or neglect information or records. Interesting timing, huh? Interesting timing. That's a little bit crazy. Just 1 or 2 weeks before the case is or the process is gonna start, we have Todd Click arrested. Why not before? Why not after? It's a little bit suspicious to me. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this? I'm going to my favorite source of information, which is Reddit. I'm just kidding. But let's see what the people is saying here. Turbo did a short video to break this all down. Good information. Let's see what is Turbo saying about this. I love this comment. I stopped thinking this case cannot get any weirder because unfortunately I'm always wrong. That's 100%, man. Every single day something weird in this case. By the way, guys, if you want to call just to talk about the case, I'm gonna drop the link here if you want to call. So yeah, I didn't know that Todd Click was arrested, so that's new for me. It's crazy. And I'm just gonna see what are the reactions in Reddit, another crazy platform. Google is responsible. Holman is responsible. It's all a fabrication. Click is the best officer ever. Conspiracy. Blah blah blah. I think this was a little bit sarcastic, for sure. Realistic cicada. Okay, it's generating a lot of turbulence here in Reddit. What do you think, guys, about this? Karma at work, etc. Anyway, hey, what's up, criminal network? Yes, I'm supposed to be live. Do you hear me well? Please let me know because I don't know if my sound is good. I'm just in my office, so this is not my usual setup. So I don't know if my sound and my voice is good. So the state is trying to discredit her Reddit. Yes, I'm hearing you. Okay, thank you, man. Listen, it's not crazy what you're saying. It's just the timing is really suspicious. I don't know, man. 1 or 2 weeks before the process, Todd Click is arrested. It's not suspicious. It's not. I don't know, man. A person who was always like not in the. I don't know. He was respected, right? And right now, just like that, 2 weeks before the process starts, is a dirty guy, and he's one of the witnesses from the prosecution, from the defense, and now he's arrested. I don't know. I don't know. As I always say, coincidences exist, but I don't believe in them. This is another weird coincidence, no? I don't know. It's just my take here, guys. What do you think about that? Looking forward for the case, guys. let's see what's gonna happen. I don't have anything prepared here. I just want to chat with you guys. Uh, I actually this is interesting. Criminal network. Do you want to call? I would like to know your story about that. So criminal network. I actually speak with Todd Click. Can you tell us something about that? And if you can call, it would be really cool, man. If you can give us some information about that or some input, some feedback, that would be really cool. So Todd Click, he messages criminal network regularly. Can you tell us something about what's the take of Todd Click? Is he believing in the Odinist angle? Okay, so he has a gag order, so he's limited on what he can tell me. But in general, what can you tell us? I know that you cannot go into the specifics because of the gag order, but just in general, is he buying the Richard Allen angle, or is he? Let me see here what you're saying. He told me on the 3-day motions that happened a while back. But what's his position about the case? Is he buying the Richard Allen angle, or is he still in the Odinist angle? If you can tell us something about that, it would be really cool, man. And why don't you call? Would be really cool to have you here, man, in the chat. So I don't know, guys. Again, timing, weird timing. This week I was really busy, so I didn't follow too much the case. Hello, Simon. How are you? Simon Wright, a big supporter of the chat. Hope you're doing good, man. Simon was the first person I had here as a guest in my channel. So I remember you very well, Simon, and you have like a special spot here in the channel, man. That was the time when I was using a mask. When he heard Richard Allen got arrested, he immediately contacted Unified Command because he felt they had the wrong guy. And yeah, that was at the time he knew about the Richard Allen arrest. But now, what is he thinking now? Does he still think that Richard Allen is the wrong guy, or he changed his opinion about over time, let's say? So he knows Richard Allen is innocent. Him and Murphy and Ferenczi investigated for 3 years. After Ferenczi died, they stopped investigating. Yeah, we know that, but I wonder if his position is still the same. I know that at the time when he didn't know about Richard Allen, that was his position. But what about now? Still the same position, or he's thinking differently? He knows Richard Allen is completely 100% innocent. And what about you, criminal network? Do you think he's innocent, Richard Allen, or do you think he's involved, or what do you think? Simon Wright, great channel. Thank you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel and sharing the videos and talking good about cryptex. That's cool, man. So there's a 12-page audit report and 85-page police report. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird coincidence, like the Kline's coincidence, the Wabash River search just after the interrogation with Keegan Kline at the Grissom Air Force Base. I don't buy that the Klines are not involved. I'm sorry, guys. I know you're gonna tell me Cryptex is stubborn, big ego, maybe thinking that his theory is good or whatever. But I don't know. That's unlikely. They have to be involved. I don't know. I'm not saying that Richard Allen is not involved, but the clients, they are for sure, in my opinion, again, in my opinion. Criminal network. I'm in California and I have spoken to many people in the case, including Carrie, Becky, Anna, Doug Carter, Holman, Click, and many others. That's awesome, man. You being in California, man, far away from Indiana, and having all those communications with the people that are really close to the to the case is awesome, man. I'm in Canada, and it's hard to me. I contacted some people close to Chadwell, some people close to Keegan Kline, but it's not easy to have the type of contacts you have, man. That's great. Congratulations for that. Just a bloke. Hello, chat. Hello, bloke. Criminal network. I have friends and family who live in Delphi. Cool. So you know locals there. That's perfect. Because if you have contacts in that area, yeah, for sure, it's gonna facilitate the investigation. Keegan Kline, right? Let me poke holes in your story, Cryptex. You know what? That would be great, but it's gonna be even greater if you call. Like that, we can talk. So we don't have to. I don't have to read your comments in the chat. But yeah, for sure, I want to know about the holes in my story. Let me know what are those holes. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would like to have a conversation with you, man. By the way, you're doing great videos, man. Your channel is awesome. I don't talk, I write. Keegan Kline. I don't talk, I write. Keegan Kline hasn't walked a trail in his life. Yeah, but he doesn't have to walk. He just has to be inside a red jeep. That's it. He doesn't have to move a single finger. So it's not about a physical condition here. So the fact that he hasn't walked a trail in his life, that's not a great point to me, being honest with you. That's not a whole, seriously. And Tony Kline, his father, he has walked a lot of trails in his life. You know, he's a hunter, and the whole story about the Klines not, I don't know. One thing I don't understand, and the answer I have always is that detectives, they can lie during an interrogation, but there's a big contradiction when we talk about the clients. So they were supposed to be, according to the testimony of I think it was a video during the three days or pre-trial hearings. I don't know how to call that. He said that the clients were the whole day on the 13th, February 13th, at their home, communicating or using their phones, their devices, and they have evidence that they didn't leave, something like that, that they were always in inside the home, inside the house in Peru. So they couldn't be the guys involved in the murders, right? Because they have enough evidence that the clients were in Peru using the devices, the phones, actively. But when we see the interrogation of Keegan Kline, remember the transcript, the detective was asking him, what about the Canal Street situation? Huh? There was someone using the Wi-Fi in the Canal Street, at the Canal Street house, and it was supposed to be one of the clients, and Keegan, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the house of Travis Drexler. Cryptex focus, don't speak about one message and ignore the rest. That's why I'm telling you, call, because okay, I'm gonna go back to see your messages. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to talk and trying to read the messages. So it's not easy, you know. So I don't talk. I write. Okay, you don't want to call. So it would be cool if you call. It would be easier for me to know your angle and your take about this. It's not about me. I agree. It's about justice. I agree. Same here. Keegan Kline was cleared 2 weeks after the murders by law enforcement and the Internet Task Force. Okay, if he was cleared 2 weeks after the murders, why did we have that press conference in 2021 or 2022? I don't even remember. Like 3 or 4 years after that. So he was cleared, and they were asking for the Anthony Shots account information, just like that. What was he brought to the Grissom Air Force Base for an interrogation if he was cleared 2 weeks after the murders? To me, it doesn't look like he was cleared. So I don't understand this point that he was cleared 2 weeks after the murders. Cleared, I don't know. And if I remember properly or well, law enforcement said that no one was cleared at the time. They were still looking actively for suspects. So I don't know. Walk me an answer for that. I just gave you my answer. Maybe you're not gonna like it, but that's my answer. Nobody, nothing. What's up, CN, Criminal Network, Cryptex, Simdal, one of the usual suspects here, trying to be updated with the chat. Simon Wright, I have the same feeling about Keegan Kline, but no evidence other than an Instagram page of Libby being liked by Keegan. I think it's just a feeling that needs ignoring. Just a bloke. There seem to be a good few people related to this case who don't have solid alibis. How odd is that for the middle of a working day? I agree, 100%. Criminal Network is repeating that Keegan was cleared 2 weeks after the murders. Okay. That was arrosed by police. Okay. Simdal, the river search. They said that the river search was a consequence, a direct consequence of the Keegan Kline's interrogation at the Grissom Air Force Base under oath. So also he was cleared, but they take Keegan Kline to an isolated Air Force base to have an interrogatory or an interrogation. I don't know what's the right word to use here. And then, following that interrogation, they conduct an extensive search in the Wabash River that costed like $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how many weeks they were there looking for cell phones or knives or whatever. So for someone that was cleared 2 weeks after the murders, that is really hard to me to believe. For real, I don't believe it is. Okay, stubborn. I can accept if you're telling me stubborn, but that's what I think. Now, during the three pre-hearings days, the officer said that the red jeep story was fake because they were not able to capture the red jeep on camera. Okay. Did they know that before interrogating Keegan Kline? For sure, they knew that, if that's true. But even though they conducted the Wabash River search. So I don't buy it. If you know that this guy is telling you a lie, that the red jeep story is a lie, it's a fabrication, why are you gonna go to search to that river for I don't know how many weeks, how many $1 million, $1 million, if you already knew that this guy is a liar? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's not credible, in my opinion. Keegan Kline was party number one. Simdal, he strung them along to stay out of jail, it seems. Criminal network, nobody spoke about Keegan Kline in the community once he was cleared. Look at the assessment of the Internet Task Force. It explains that Keegan Kline had bad luck. He was catfishing, and when they raided his house, he had been hoarding child porn. Yeah, okay. So what? Simdal, criminal. I think they used them as an informant in his little Sesame network. The other time I had here Steve from True Crime Web, and I asked him if it is possible. It's a possible scenario that Keegan Kline was giving information to law enforcement, as a part of a negotiation in the Delphi case murder, and he said that that's entirely possible. So it's not a crazy speculation, let's say. Okay. Law enforcement has no answer or excuse as to why what is that? They waited for 3.5 years to arrest Keegan Kline on the CP charges. Todd only said it was unfortunate. What a crook. I agree, 100%. The Royal We, what's up? What's up, Royal We? Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Hello, Royal. Criminal, you still say that, in your opinion, he was party number one. He ended up being a loudmouth and an habitual liar who even threw his own dad under the bus. Keegan Kline was a como and a bad patsy. Yeah, he was a como, but and he is a liar. But he always lied in his for his own benefit, you know. But when he was talking about the red jeep, and when he was putting himself at the crime scene scenario, let's say, and when he put his father in that scenario, that was not for his benefit. So there's a different pattern there. So that's why I think he was not lying in that situation. But it's just my my opinion, right? Growing crazy. Hi, Cryptex, my Canadian friend. Finally catching a live from Greensburg, Indiana. Cool, man. Or Gar, I don't know. Thank you so much for being here. I'm happy you catch the live. Criminal network. The murders were solved on February 14. Okay, can you tell us something about that? Because it seemed that the murders were unsolved like for 7 years. So I don't understand that. The case was supposed to fade away in time. So, Rosa, if all the defense houses, Keegan Kline did it, they are basically got no defense. Rescue all the dogs. How are you, Rescue? Nice to have you here. Everything I say is in my opinion, yeah, for sure. And everything I say is in my opinion too. And I respect your opinion. And that was I was inviting you to have a conversation here. But I know, I understand you don't like that. Uh, Growing crazy. Thank goodness this case will be going to court so very soon. Justice for Avi and Lily. I hope it's gonna be justice because I'm not sure, in my opinion, again, that Richard Allen is the only one involved here. So, what's gonna happen? They're gonna convict Richard Allen. He's going to jail or to prison for sure. And after that, law enforcement, they are not gonna go for anyone else involved. Is over. So the only one who's gonna go to the hole here is Richard Allen. And if there are other actors involved, does not full justice, in my opinion, like a partial justice. But let's see what type of cards the defense and the prosecution are gonna play during the process. And we don't have the whole picture yet. We have a good idea, but surprises are gonna come. And let's see. Criminal network. Richard Allen was Patsy number 2. Easy picking for the good or boys. Sub Rosa. Richard Allen is not a Patsy. He's the bridge guy. I think so. I think he is bridge guy. I just don't think he's the only one here. And let's see. Again, my opinion. Okay, they didn't use Keegan Kline as an informant. They knew he was a big liar and useless. Besides, everyone knew he was busted. So who was gonna deal with him then? His fellow pedos kept their distance to not get caught. Okay, if they didn't use it as an informant, and if they knew that he was a big liar and useless, and if they knew that the Red Jeep story was fake and that he was not involved at all in these murders, what did they conduct the search of the Wabash River? Why? I don't understand that. Seriously, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And they clearly said during the during the situation, whatever, that the Wabash River search was a direct consequence of the interrogatory with Keegan Kline. So I cannot buy that they knew that he was a liar and useless. To me, he's involved. To me, again, my opinion. Criminal. Simdal, sorry. Simdal is saying that to criminal that would imply collaboration between local, state, and federal seems highly unlikely. Yeah, I agree with Simdal here. Growing crazy, we shall see, but I'm hopeful for the family's sake. Yeah, me too. Richard Allen is not Kennedy. Good point. Good point, Simdal. I love Simdal sense of humor. Criminal network. This is my opinion. None of us were there. Yeah, I understand that this is your opinion. Kelt. Nice to see you here, man. You're always showing up during the chat. So hope you are having a beautiful Friday. Same to you. Thank you for the wishes. Growing crazy. Let's see, what do we have here? Just a blog. Keegan Kline is a point to a person of interest early. They wait years before following up, then are all in on his the guy. Richard Allen speaks to law enforcement on the 14th. Nothing happens. Then they are all in on his the guy. Very suspicious. Okay. So criminal network, this is inside locals information. On February 14, in the evening, Ron Logan's entire property was searched, undocumented. All evidence was found. Illegal search. Fruit of the poisonous tree. Yeah. Simon. When the investigation is public, the rules used may upset the public, even if they look to have worked. Maybe we will never know because of this. Yeah, I think we are not gonna know a lot of things here. They're gonna close the deal with Richard Allen, only actor, bye-bye, thank you guys. Case closed, big medals here for the prosecution, and that's it. So the other actors are not gonna be prosecuted. It's gonna be over. And by the way, I think most probably with the way the judge is acting, I think we are paving the field for an appeal. And my fear is that something like the Stephen Avery case is going to happen again. So maybe it's possible that Richard Allen is going to appeal. And what if he got free after that because of the way the judge is acting right now? I'm just doing a parallel between Richard Allen and Stephen Avery because it looks really similar, both cases to me. I don't know anything about lawyers and legal processes, just perception. Of course, I may be wrong, but that's what I perceive right now. Rescue the dog. Criminal network. YouTubers complicit on my blog. Simdal. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. That is my view on law enforcement in this case. Yeah, but when we had here Skip Johnson, he had a very cool or very interesting opinion about the line between being like incompetent and corruption. So you can be incompetent once, twice, 3 times, let's say, but then you're gonna try to cover your incompetence in some way. And when you cover your incompetence, that's when the corruption starts. So it was like an interesting thought from Skip. So we cannot really separate 100% the incompetence from the corruption. There's a link between those situations. When you are incompetent once, twice, okay, but when the incompetence is repetitive, they have to cover that incompetence, and that's when the corruption happens. Growing crazy. Domino's Cryptex. I have faith in the Indiana State Police. Okay, I hope they're gonna do a good job here. I will be the shortest one there, other than my mama that is coming with me. Okay, Kurt. Sorry guys, I'm trying to go through your messages. I hope I'm not gonna miss any one of them. Kurt, I'm wondering if we have a hard time believing law enforcement would lie because it tears into the fabric of our safe version of reality. Yeah, but we have some elements to say that they lied at some points in the case. Uh, Remember the bloody and muddy situation and a couple of elements we have to say that in some situations they lied. I'm not saying they are liars like Keegan Kline, but a little bit. So, Brosa, the only Odinist defense is beyond ridiculous. It's just satanic panic all over again. Yeah, I don't think the defense they believe that that was like a sacrifice, let's say. But in my opinion, there are some ritualistic elements in the murders. I'm not saying Odinism, but ritualistic in nature for the killer itself, himself. I suspect we are going to discover during the trial that law enforcement conducted the investigation and handling of evidence like the Keystone Cops. Sadly. Yeah, the whole thing about the evidence that was lost, the 48 or I don't remember, 17 or 70 hours of videotape evidence that was lost. That's crazy. That's when we talk about corruption versus incompetence. So yeah, there are some dirt elements here in this case. Skeld is saying that you disagree that there are Odinists in the area. Yeah, Odinists exist, but I'm not sure that the murders were committed like in an Odinist scenario. Maybe committed by Odinists, but not like a sacrifice or something like that. Criminal network. I believe law enforcement. When I was arrested for sales, I fought procedural issues when the fact was that I was selling. Cops, for the most part, don't lie, but in Indiana is a different world. Yeah, Indiana looks like a very special state. Huh? Seems that, I don't know, a lot of child predators there, and I don't know, like it's concentrated in that state. I know it's all over in the US, but all over the place, but we hear about child predators in Indiana a lot. It's like a crazy state. I don't know what's happening there. I disagree that Odin is killed two little white girls because it's ridiculous. That's the opinion of Sir Rosa. Growing crazy. Amen. Justice for Flora 4. Yeah, for sure. Justice for them too. Do you think that Flora and Delphi are unrelated? It's a good question here. Health. Could it be the people who murdered the girls happen to be some of those wannabe Odinists? Whatever they wish to call themselves. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Wannabe theory, yeah. People, they do stupid things sometimes just to get some kind of attention. And the whole Elvis Fields thing is really weird to me. I'm not sure he was properly investigated. He knew about some specific information of the crime just one day after the crime was committed. When he was talking about the blue jacket, about the horns. I know they were not horns, but for someone who was involved in that situation, he could interpret, he could see the twigs as a horns. I don't know. And everyone is saying that there were a lot of twigs everywhere in the crime scene. I agree. But the two twigs that are on Libby's head, Abby's head, sorry, this is a perfect X. To me, it was made in purpose. I'm not saying it's like antlers, but uh, is not just a random configuration here. So Elvis Fields, he was talking about that one day after the murders about what about if I spat on one of the girls. So yeah, maybe he was just a wannabe. He was involved in Odinism with his friends. I don't know, and I'm not saying he was there, but maybe he had some information about the crime scene. I don't know. It's just something that is suspicious, in my opinion. Sindal, as the truth doesn't involve human sacrifice, but again, uh, some people are stupid. You know, All Heart says karma at work. Hey, that All Heart, I love this guy. Uh, the sentence, not the stories he or not the stories. His opinions in Reddit are great, man, and he's very solid about the clients. Huh? Criminal network. The jury would not be dummies. On record, Holman and Liggett state that the fingerprints and DNA collected at the crime scene doesn't match Richard Allen. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Guys, my battery is gonna die. So thank you for being here. The live is gonna end in any moment. I don't have a charger. Let me see if I can do something really fast. Okay, I think it's fixed now. Thank you for waiting. Okay, continue. Lily Show, hi Cryptex in chat. Can you believe they have arrested Todd Click? Yeah, I started the live with that comment, and to me, but I believe it because it seems that that's the situation right now. But it's interesting timing, huh? Just 2 weeks before the process. The timing is suspicious. I don't know. I'm a suspicious guy, so call me a conspiracist, conspirate. I love the word in English. Sorry for that. But anyway, it's really, really weird to me that just 2 weeks before the process start, Todd Click is arrested just like now, just like that. Not 1 month before, not 2 months before, 2 weeks before the process is gonna start. So it's really weird. Celt, I don't believe they were sacrificed in the traditional sense. I lean towards this being a calling card, so to speak. It was a message to someone, but not to me, but not me. Good point again, Celt. Good point. To me, the way the girls were murdered and the whole disposition of the bodies, the rage against Libby, yeah, it looks like a message to someone. That I buy your point, and it could be drug related. Why not? It's a good point you have here. Criminal network. This as a true ritual, whether real or not, did sacrifice humans. Okay. Rescue all the dogs. We visited Galen's Angels this week. Their decoration survived Helen's Indiana winds. Galen's? What is? Sorry, I'm ignorant about that. Who's Galen's? Satanic Panic. Go watch FBI Ted Henderson. Simdal. They cover up their mistakes for sure. For sure. Big fish, small pond. Hey, hello, girl. How are you? Nice to have you here. Thank you for your email. You were trying to put me in contact with Mark. It would be good to have an email from him directly. But anyway, thank you for trying to make the contact, and let's see if the live with him is gonna happen or not. DB Simon Wright, West Yorkshire. How was the bullet aruse? Criminal network. The 12 Europe's will have to believe that Richard Allen is Bridge Guy and that the voice saying down the hill is also Richard Allen. Yeah, they have to have a consensus, and the consensus is going to happen depending on the evidence that the prosecution is going to show during the process. So I don't think we know the whole story here. So let's see. What was Click arrested for? So he was arrested. He had been charged with official misconduct, forgery, and falsifying child abuse or neglect information or records. Some forgery situation. And let's see if it's true or not. Maybe it's just they're trying to put some dirt on him before the case, the process starts. We really don't know yet. Florida fire is directly linked to Brad Holder and Patrick Westfall. Yeah, there are some rumors about that. Rosa, Todd Click was arrested for falsifying law enforcement documents. Yeah, exactly. Brad Holder is the informant you all speak of. He has been protected for over 7 years. Good point. Let's see what else do we have here. Again, DB. Yeah, forgery, for sure. That's what we know now. Okay, guess who still has videos and interviews still? Todd Click. Is that a coincidence he has arrested? Yeah, I don't think it was a coincidence. No way, I am not buying that. We didn't born yesterday, right? It's not a coincidence. I'm not saying he's an angel, Todd Click. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't a coincidence. That was fabricated. They were waiting for this specific moment to arrest Todd Click, for sure. Lily Shaw. They have dug into all his police records and said he signed paperwork and didn't go to see the families. He's in jail. Yeah, and they arrested just right now. They don't believe in that. How many people are part of the conspiracy? 20, 200? You do realize how ridiculous that sounds? A conspiracy can be just 2 persons, 2 people, or 3, not 20 or 200. And if I put the Klines and Richard Allen together, that to me is a conspiracy easily likely and very easy to believe. And again, I come back to the Wabash River search and the interrogation of Keegan Kline at the Grissom Air Force Base. So to me, it's a likely scenario here. Fairmaid Winds, did the officer that went into the Florida fire wedge a block under the girl's door or remove the block that may have been wedged under the girl's door? I really don't know too much about the Florida fire, so I cannot comment of that. The PCA says someone said he didn't actually FaceTime them. Okay. I don't know about that. Odinism exists, crime jester, hello, but cannot be tied to the murders. Simdal. too many moving parts, in my opinion. For 20 or 200, yes, but for 3 or 4, not too many. The prediction of criminal network here. My prediction: the trial is Judge Gall's Rubicon, to either keep or lose her career. Kurt, could Indiana make it any more plain that they are a dirty bunch? Nobody, nothing. Why do you think you need so many people, Sub Rosa? One cop comes straight for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. We don't need 20 or 30. We need just a couple of people, of person there. I think they have paid the people to lie. It's bloody shit. So Rosa, she doesn't think Karen Reed was a conspiracy either. Okay. Gould violated numerous constitutional rights of Richard Allen when if he trial starts. An appeal will happen. I agree. I think an appeal is by default at this point. An appeal is going to happen when Gall's rulings will be scrutinized. And it seems that there's a fight between Gall's and Rossi and Baldwin. It's not even about the case. It's just they have to show who's more powerful there in their own fight. DB. Sure, you don't even need to pay. People lie for free. That's true. Criminal network, whether it was a real ritual or not, it was purposefully painted to be that way. Good point. Yeah, maybe it was not a ritual, but it was like decorated to appear like that. Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with you. Did you guys read Brad Holder's post from February 14? All of things, why is he talking about runes and sacrifices? Yeah, the whole stuff in Facebook. Suspicious, again. Simdal. True, there is definitely staging involved, but there is no real cult time to it. The sticks are too random. I think you want to say are no random. I don't think they were random anyway. Who is young guy sketch cryptics? That's a good question. I don't know. I would like to know who is. And there are different hypotheses. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that because it would be. I don't know. Could be Logan Holder. Could be Daniel Pearson. Could be. I don't know. It's a great point, and this is an element that is gonna be like part of the defense cards, the two sketches. They're gonna use that during the process for sure. Also, they are two different sketches. The witnesses observe two different people, and we have just one person here being processed. So, great question. I don't have the answer. People here have some bad information. Maybe they should wait for the trial. It's coming soon. Yeah, there's a lot of bad information because the information is really confusing. The information released by law enforcement has been is not clear since the beginning. They said that down the hill is guys down the hill. One of the officers said it's the same person talking. Another one is not necessarily the same person talking. The blue eyes, the two sketches, the bloody and muddy. Every single element of this case, every single piece of information that was released was not clear since the beginning. So yeah, of course, there's some bad information. How long did Morris get away with corruption, Rosa? Who's Murray? Criminal Network. The picture was painted. We don't know what happened. It was painted a ritual. Copycat or not? Yeah. That's, to me, that's 100%. Okay, you were talking about Murdoch. Okay, I understand that. Just a bloke. Based on the little we know, I'm leaning towards it's not being an actual ritual sacrifice, but someone haphazardly trying to make it look like one or wanting to imitate one. Yeah, exactly. I think he's a Delphi YouTuber connected to Allen. Who? Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe there are some kind of spin doctor here in the YouTube community. That's not impossible. Yeah, I agree. And not only connected to Allen, connected to other people, yeah, as well. I agree. Thanks for engaging in conversation too. Criminal network. He has family members in law enforcement. I have personally spoken with Carter and Holman numerous times. They are both outright liars. Okay. Simdal. Yes, could even be done under the influence or in psychosis. It's like breathing tea leaves, growing crazy. I'm glad that Todd Click got arrested for doctoring very important interviews, not protecting children. This is my area. If he did something wrong, I agree. He should be arrested. But my question is, why now? Why now? This is really, really suspicious. Really suspicious. Like they waited for this moment to do the arrest just to mess with the case. Sounds like I don't know, crazy. Huh? The ritual cannot be brought up, anyways. Yeah, exactly. Lipsha Morrissey, how are you? Happy Friday, happy weekend. I learned to expect anything in this case. Yeah, me too. Me too. We are in the same team in that way. Anything, everything, or possibly nothing at all. Yeah, this case crazy. Every day is something surprise, you know. Todd Click getting arrested is very suspect and sketchy. I agree, 100%. You really cannot argue with the Richard Allen fan club because they have a logical fallacy playbook and they won't engage in a conversation without taking crazy. But I think some people, I'm not going to call fan club, but some people that are not pro prosecution, let's say, they are intelligent people with good points and they can argue without being crazy. And I had some of them in my channel. Agree that some of those people are crazy, but we can say the same for the prosecution team. Let's say we have Nazis in this community. You go to a channel of I'm not gonna name it, but some of the guys who are Richard Allen is innocent is guilty. If you say something against that in their channels, oh my God, they're gonna scream. They're gonna make you like you are a stupid person. Like they're gonna make fun of you. They go crazy for real. Uh, you know those channels that start with "Hello, sweetie, how are you? How are you, Criminal Network? How are you, Sim?" That they're really nice and they are really. Oh my God! When the chat goes on, the lives, they become Nazis. They cannot accept a word that is against their ideas. Here, guys, I don't know, but I think there's a lot of people with different opinions, and we are talking about that. Criminal Network, he has one opinion, Kelt another one, Simdal another one, me, I have different opinions. The clients, I know you don't buy or you don't agree with me about the clients. I know that. But we are not having a fight here, or we are not going to kill each other because I'm saying that the clients are involved, or because Criminal Network thinks that there are some audience racial here, or because Sub Rosa is saying that Richard Allen is the only one. We are talking all together here, so yeah, we can do that. We can talk together with and having different opinions if we keep the conversation civil, guys. I don't know, it's my feeling, right? Don't conflate Richard Allen fan club with the folks that are seeing shit, legal shit happening and are calling it out. Yeah. You can argue with the state public vigilance either. Exactly, that was my point. The Nazis, because they are Nazis here. They are Nazis, and crazy people in the left, crazy people in the right, some rational people in the middle. That's what I think. This was SA. What is SA? Attempt gone horribly wrong. Rick admitted that. Why were they unclothed at any point other than for sexual attack reasons? Yeah, it's a possibility. Good point. Not trying to dox you, but no, don't go with that, guys. Okay. I'm just looking for some comments here. When you went straight from having a civil conversation to calling people names, yeah, don't. Let's keep it like this. We can talk without calling names and without getting angry one to each other. I think this is a place where we can have our own opinions without having a fight, right? Seeing that we just need to stay civil and wait for the trial. The evidence will speak for itself. That's the voice of the reason. Simdal, thank you for that. I agree with you 100%. I'm trying to. You're still having a. This is a little bit shaky, the chat here, guys, so I'm going to advance a little bit. Okay, Simdal again. I think it would be incorporated in future defense strategies, influence operations. Some clearly have an agenda. Yeah, and YouTubers, they have an agenda in both sides, prosecution and Allen side. We know that there are people with agendas here. I agree. So Rosa, I don't believe that Judge Gall has done anything unconstitutional. Just because Bob Mora says it, I don't think it's just because Bob Mora says that, but there's a pattern of behavior from her side. Again, I'm not someone who knows a lot about legal things, but anyway, that's my perception, that he's not being fair. Even if she's not being unconstitutional, my perception is that she's not being fair. So you cannot say no to everything one side of the process is asking for and say yes to the other side. Everything is accepted for the prosecution, and everything is rejected for the defense. Maybe not inconstitutional, I agree, but doesn't look fair and looks suspicious. And not allowing cameras in the courtroom, not allowing recordings. It's like everything is so sketchy. I don't know. It's my perception again. No one, but it's how I feel. Criminal Network, there were 5 or 6 sketches. Disregard all sketches. Even if we figure a sketch out, what can we use with that information? Red herring. It's just not about murder. Okay, I'm just trying to going crazy. They had to investigate. There was several family complaints. Yeah, but the timing is weird. I know you know that the timing is weird. Of course, they had to investigate, but the investigation finished today, 1 week before the start of the process. Again, we were not born yesterday. If he did something wrong, he deserves to be in jail. But the timing is weird. The timing, I don't buy it, and I don't buy the clients are not involved. Again, and I can be wrong. True crime is becoming a team sport, it seems. Yeah, it is. Kelt, you're correct. They will also find out who you are in real life, where you live, where you work. But hey, it's the pro defense guys that are bad. Yeah, that's crazy. Messing with your work, with your families, with your life. Uh, is bad. This is bad. I will consider the Indiana police made mistakes and some on purpose, but I don't think that means that Rick Allen is innocent. Not mutually exclusive, but can be true. It's a good point, Rhodes. I agree. Going crazy. My screen name is Growing Crazy. I grow veggies and fruits, hence growing crazy. The DNA collected doesn't match Richard Allen. Whose DNA is it? Searchers? I don't know. Good point. Nobody, nothing. No suspicious activity at all. Arresting Click for child-related charges. Sure, you watch this will be everywhere yet Como, Riley, ballistic expert, their silence. So, Rosa, true crime used to be a community. Agree. The true crime community. Something went sideways, and now there's conspiracy theorists everywhere who just want to argue that the facts are all lies. Yeah, and even in this case, at the beginning, it was a community. At the beginning, you have true crime Jesus, you had the captain, you had a lot of good creators here, and it wasn't that crazy as it is right now. Sorry, with and I think it started with Richard Allen. But if you remember, there were a lot of different angles or different opinions in the case at the time. Ron Logan, different Chadwell, whatever, and it was not that crazy as it is after the Richard Allen arrest. I miss True Crime Jesus, by the way. We need to realize we don't know much. I agree. You're right. Very little evidence is in the public domain. It's way too early for any sane person to believe they know who did or didn't do it, in my opinion. That's another reasonable comment. 100%. We don't know the whole picture here. This is a good question for Criminal Network. How do you know there is no DNA that matches Richard Allen? Trial has not happened yet. Lily Show, Cryptex, your chat is cool. Of course, it's cool. If you are here, it's because the chat is cool. No, I know. This is a cool crew, cool chat. Thank you guys again for being here. Uh, how many mistakes and coincidences do you allow them before it's no coincidences? With point two, in order to avoid chaos in the chat, I remind people that everything I say is my opinion, and I'm gonna use your comment to say that everything I say is my opinion as well. Defense has been caught with my untruths. Maybe they didn't have the DNA evidence yet, or hadn't had time to read through it at the time of their statement. So, guys, I'm gonna stay maybe 10 minutes more here. Uh, I'm gonna drop again the link if anyone wants to call. I'm trying to catch up with the messages. Nobody, nothing. Do you realize how many strange deaths, murders, and suicides has went on in our area before and after Abby and Libby? It's a crazy state, Indiana. Holman and Liggett on record state that fingerprints and DNA collected at the crime scene doesn't match Richard Allen facts. Defense team has been so dishonest and shifty, I cannot really believe anything they say. This case needs sunlight and open windows. I agree. Simdal. That very well could be, but to lump all these anecdotes together just muddies the waters. Need to stick to the relevant facts. Slutty Goozy. Hey, hello. Cool to have you here, Slutty. Thank you for showing up. The good old boys run shit in Indiana. You don't go against the grain because there will be consequences. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna stop soon. It was cool to talk to you guys. Thank you for being here. Uh, Again, I started the chat because of the Todd Click arrest, and again, my opinion is that that was really suspicious. Again, if he did something wrong, you have to pay for it, Todd. But the timing is weird, is very suspicious. Just 1 or 2 weeks before the process starts, he got arrested. Uh, what does it mean? Uh, I I don't buy that this is a coincidence, guys. My opinion again. So I'm gonna stop here. Thank you guys for being here and keep in touch. See you soon.